What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name's Ryan.
And I'm Kyle.
And if you didn't already watch part 1 where we moved the babies, this is, go back watch that and then come watch this, part 2. We're moving the more juvenile, I mean they're adults but they're a little smaller.
Just smaller species,
yeah.
We're gonna start with the smaller adult species and then work our way up to the giant.
And what do we got here? We got a bunch of redfoots and the sulcata, correct?
Yep. So, this big female, we got 1.4 redfoots. And this is honestly my favorite tortoise that I own. She's just a giant, beautiful female. We'll put them in here.
And these are a little bigger than the last one, so we're not able to use the cardboard box. We got to use the whole truck bed.
Yeah. And obviously out in the sun, we want to make sure we're very quick. Luckily, we're not going far down the road, so between the air and it not being too terribly hot today, they should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, 3 there, 1 sulcata there. How many more you got left?
We got 2 more.
And guys, take a good look at the enclosure here. So just for when we snap over to the new property, you can kind of see. So it's their main place when it's not raining, or when it is raining, they stay in here. When it's not, they have this access here. So just keep that in mind when we go to the new property and see their much larger enclosure.
So this one is the male, as you can see, the really concave plastron here and the giant tail. So he is very, very indicative, or has very...
And then the female
of it being a male.
You can see her plastron's more flat.
Yep, way more flat, not concave.
Yeah, a little
Smaller
female.
tail, yeah.
So let's load them up and we'll get them to the new property. And these ones Kyle isn't ready to make that step with, so fresh set of gloves. Not like the last baby
No,
video.
because these guys will never be together. So just always want to be safe with these guys. This is cleaned out. Now these guys are bigger species. Like I said, we are moving up. Oh my God! Of course they're all in there. Come on, guys. These guys are Burmese blacks, so they are a bigger species. Of course, let's make sure there's no or wasps or whatnot. So these guys are a bigger tortoise species than the redfoots. They're actually very aquatic as well. So you'll see at the new facility, we built a very big pond for them. So I had them in the aquarium enclosure before, and they were swimming around quite often. So I wanted to kind of replicate that at the new property.
So guys, one thing that's really cool before we move this guy out, about the Burmese black tortoises, these guys are actually somewhat carnivorous. So if a little mouse was in here, they'd actually eat it. If something died and like let's say a raccoon died around here, in their pen, they would actually eat that, which is really unique for a tortoise.
Yeah, it's crazy. Them just eat whatever they find. Everything's a meal. Even most people wouldn't think they never eat something like that.
They also bite too.
Like Ryan was saying, these guys can be very carnivorous, but also the redfoots have been known to consume even raccoons that die in enclosures, or just other animals as well. These guys are definitely bigger, so
yeah.
Give me a bit of a workout.
We'll make it work. We'll make them fit.
I think these fit perfectly.
Yeah, it's like Tetris.
We got one more.
So
this one's a small Burmese black, so we'll tuck this guy in here. Tuck this one over there. Perfect. Then we got one more in the house. Sorry if I'm rushing, just because I don't want to make them. I just want to make sure they don't sit in that. Oh, that was easy.
Yep, came out to see you.
That's on too long.
especially because they are black and Burmese blacks enjoy cooler temps, right?
Exactly. These are mountain tortoises, so they're actually used to cooler temperatures. So they'll really benefit from not only the shade setup with the greenhouse, but also that big pond, so they can definitely cool off, which that's always gonna be 75 degrees just because that's how it comes out of the well.
All right, so Kyle, we're gonna do something really cool. Okay. We're gonna snap your fingers and we're gonna be at the new property. So when you're ready. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Now we are in the greenhouse, the new facility. So we got the Burmese blacks here that are super antsy. Those guys have been trying to get out the entire time here. Let's get these guys in, and hopefully we'll see them use their pond that we set up for them.
And what's the difference with this pond as compared to the other ones you made?
This one is much bigger. So the other ones are about 5 foot by 5 foot. This one I think is like 10 foot by 10 foot. So it's a lot bigger.
And it's also deeper, right?
Yes, it's a lot deeper. So those are, I think, 6 inches. This is a foot deep. So this is much deeper for them. I'm anxious to see how they do with it.
And that's because they like to swim, right?
They do, yeah. So they'll go and bob along the top. It's pretty funny because once if it's too deep for them, they'll just kind of float and get to the other side. They're actually really good swimmers.
Well, we're about to see it right now.
Someone's taking a dip.
We're about to see for.
Oh, we also have number 2 also thinking about it.
Oh,
Got water
water's
bubbling.
just kicking on, yeah. So every day this water will just overflow out and be nice and clean, and stay at 75. So this is just their coolest area.
He's like, I'm
I
free.
think it's approved.
Oh, she's like.
She's like, I'm just gonna cross it.
But it's good to see that she's able to easily walk across it. I was worried about that with, this is a bigger species for these rocks. As you guys saw with Crush's pond, he has that big bumpers for him to be able to really grab onto it and get out. Whereas the smaller species have a much easier time hooking onto the rocks here. But even the Burmese blacks are doing well.
And she boogied off. She's like, I am out of here. But as you guys can see how much larger this enclosure is than the last one, and more luxurious. I mean, you got palm trees. This is a resort, right?
Yeah.
You have palm trees next to the pool.
And they are super susceptible to dying if they flip over in the sun. This guy was actually flipped over right when we were about to load these guys up. And again, if he was out there for a couple hours, he could have easily died just because it is a warmer day. So, I mean, that's why this greenhouse is so crucial for these guys to ensure they'll, even if they flip over in the sun, it's not going to be for a long period of time. This guy is just burrowing in the corner. Thanks, yep. This enclosure is not approved by that one.
He's gonna get used to it. That one's
she loves
boogieing.
it.
Yeah, she's out of here.
She's going to pick out her new room.
Yeah.
How about we go look at those redfoots?
She's gonna claim her bedroom in the tortoise house. So now that the Burmese blacks are all settled in, it's time to put the redfoots in. And these guys are gonna freaking love it. Because even these guys like their water, because there are tropical tortoises. So I think they'll really enjoy their pond setup. Actually, let me get in there real quick and adjust the water as it starts to overflow. There we go. So again, that's the beauty of that, is you just kind of lower it a little bit. As you can see, it was overflowing a little bit, so now it'll level out. All right, come here, boy.
Man, they're really moving.
He turned up on his side.
He immediately started going for it.
They did, didn't they?
And these redfoots, they look like they just want to eat right when they get in. Even the babies.
They're inspecting it. And
Yeah, good enough. All right, we're good. We're happy with it. Now, time to eat.
And are you gonna keep the sulcata with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the sulcata with them, just because he's been with them for so long. He doesn't beat up on them, so he's doing well. But I do want to actually move him with other sulcatas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna test him and some other sulcatas to make sure everyone's nice and healthy. No one has myco or whatnot that you do need to worry about with tortoises. And if everything checks out, he'll be going right next door with people of his own kind. And he's already eating. So as you can see, they are loving the sod that we put in here. It's grown very much so ever since we put them in. So now it's their job to keep this place mowed, because that is no longer my job.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video of moving the tortoises. I mean, you finally have your babies over here in the new project.
It is a very surreal experience. Honestly, I'll probably sit out here all night tonight, just really soaking in this, because again, this is almost 5 years in the making, and these tortoises they came from Philadelphia. Now they're in Florida here for 5 years, and now, you know, this is what I've always wanted them to be in.
Yeah, well, if you liked today's video, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget, this is part 2. There's also a part 1, and we're gonna come out with part 3, which is moving Crush, the giant Aldabra tortoise. Also, make sure you go subscribe to Christian, or follow Christian on Instagram.
Yep.
He's been a huge help. Christian at Wild Florida. Also, don't forget, guys, we do have a bunch of merchandise that we did just drop. We got hats, t-shirts. Check it out. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think of it.
Don't forget to follow Allison.
Oh yeah, follow Allison. Allison, what's
Marie.
what's your Instagram?
Allison Marie.
Allison Marie. So you can go ahead and find both of them, because they've been huge helps. Follow Instagram at Permanent Predators, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.